All right, I guess it's time to get started. I put together some notes to look at while I'm doing this confessional. I mean, obviously, I said I was going to do so in the last one. I need to be doing this along the way while things are happening, but I've kind of been putting what bits have been happening into my confessional already, so I haven't been keeping like proper notes for myself to actually go off of for this. So I just typed it up real quick while I'm sitting here. So I guess start everything off. This game's interesting so far. I am really enjoying everybody. Socializing has been nice, but it's been difficult with how like busy I've been, or I guess not so much busy, but more so like my schedule, uh, with where it's had to shift to. Um, Upon starting this, I'm pretty sure I talked about this last time. It makes things a little bit tense. Um, for me personally, like not tense with other people, but like just tense for me on the idea of I feel like I'm not quite around as much as I need to be, as much as would be preferable and handy for me. Um, but that's okay. We love a little bit of a challenge here. Still going to be talking to people a lot and trying to form bonds and stuff. And ultimately, I think that I'm doing quite a good job considering I was picked for Jeremy's fifth person. Um, I honestly, like, I had just posted in the confessional, like, oh, hey, wonder if, people have made any alliances that I'm not aware of. And then suddenly I'm approached, like, hey, by the way, can we talk game for a second? So I was like, okay, what's going on? And I was told, oh, I was getting an alliance together with Shane and Sophie, and there's four of us, and we want you as a fifth. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, like I'm down with that. Actually, I need to look to see who told me that, just so I'm not fucking vague posting here. Go to my fucking. Okay, it was Kurt. So Kurt's the one that came to me about it. And it was like, yeah, we want a fifth, and we'd really like you to be our fifth because we really like you, like we like everybody, but you've been really fun to talk to, and as busy as you've been really active here and whatnot, and we just really enjoy you. So I was like, okay, cool, fantastic. I was like, solid alliance, absolutely. So that eases a little bit of that tension that I have with not being around so much and being a little bit less social than I would like to be. Um, hopefully, hopefully this is something that actually goes well, because I mean, I am noticing that Shane and Sophie, at least the way they talk, they seem like they're kind of a little bit tighter knit. Um, so I don't know if there's any like background sub alliances outside of Jeremy going on. Um, that could get in the way of things. I don't know. I don't know people's entire perceptions of me and where I stand in the tribe. But I'm working on that. I'm gonna make sure that I'm very very well cushioned throughout this whole thing, because I'm gonna need it if I do end up not being active when I need to be. As long as I have good relationships with people, that should help a lot. Kind of, I guess, not playing under the radar, but playing just kind of a softer game, because not being around and like the fact I'm sitting this challenge out, granted it's a maximum of 5 people, so 4 of us have to sit out, that could possibly put some sort of visual on me that's like, hey, Lucky's kind of not here. That's not good for us. So if I keep people close enough to me, like I'm good at, then that should give me enough cushion to just keep sliding through in case things don't go the way I want them to. But hopefully, hosts fucking, I just forgot the word I was looking for. God damn it. Host permitting. Hopefully things will be easier, and we won't have constant hell challenges like this one or seizing the fucking day. That I loved that. That was brilliant, but fuck you, all of you hosts, for that. but thank you, but fuck you. That was great. Fucking, y'all are coming up with some crazy shit, and I'm here for it, but goddamn, it's so tense. And then also, making all of our hearts drop at that whole, going to tribal council for the first time, making us think it was us. That sucked. My heart literally just dropped. Like, I was sitting there, I was like, okay, we've got this. And I see that, I'm just like, oh, no, what did we do wrong? Or not so much what did we do wrong, but like how much faster than us were the other class. Like, oh my god, we fucked up. But nope, we didn't. We're good. And with that, I'm really, really surprised, and I know the rest of my class is surprised as well at how fast the tribals are going for the other tribe. I'm wondering if they have someone that's just spearheading something, like if they have an alliance that's just solid with one another and they're like, all right, we're taking this person out, this person out, this person out, whatever, or if it's one person orchestrating shit. Don't know how that's going, but those are going really concerningly fast, which if we have a tribe swap, I mean, when we have a tribe swap, and then whenever it comes to merge, that's going to be a problem. If a majority of us are put with, or if a minority of us are put with a majority of them, and then end up going to tribal, that's a surefire recipe for our tribe to get taken out. I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. I want to keep sending them to tribal so that they have to take out more and more of their people. And then hopefully we get, I mean, if we get a majority of us and a minority of them, that means the other tribe is going to be a majority of them and a minority of us, unless things shake out in a rather good way. I want things to go in a way that, like, doesn't fuck over my alliance and the people I like down the line. But you know, we'll see to that whenever it gets here. It's a little early to be thinking about that. So let's see. I went off on a tangent there that wasn't even in my notes, but that's good. So out of everybody on the tribe, recently I've been talking to Jonald, Sophie, and Lolo more than just about anyone. Like, Shane and I will have good long conversations, longer than I have with anyone else, but we've only like talked 2 or 3 times so far. So that's not entirely a bad thing. He's busy, I'm busy. We have good conversations when we have them. That's fine. But out of like who I talk to more frequently is definitely Jonald, Sophie, and Lolo. Joel's been reaching out to me. I've been responding to him, but we haven't been talking quite as much. That'll probably change. I mean, given the screenshots I showed you guys in my confessional, that's actually my next bullet point, is Joel asking me about talking game. He asked if anyone had talked game with me yet. I told him no, that no one had. And I was like, you know, everyone's just been really active in tribe chat, which has been true. DMs have been very barren. Like, they exist, but they've been very barren. Like, I've never had this before where tribe is more active in tribal chat than they are in DMs. But that's okay. I'm 100% okay with that right now. I get to do a little bit of background DM work while the tribe itself is bonding. That's important. That is very important for us. So I told Joel no, and he said that Lolo is the only person that has decided to talk game with him. So I told him, you know, Lolo and I haven't talked game at all, which is true. We haven't. Lolo and I just talk about mainly his school stuff and some video game stuff, you know, just casual conversation, you know. But yeah, I have been trying to be positive for him and stuff with different things that he talks about. You know, I try to encourage him, be very positive for him. It's fun. It's nice being in that kind of a position. You know, he's like, oh, you know, I'm doing art stuff. I'm like, oh, hey, what art project are you working on? And he sends me pictures, and he's like, yeah, I did this thing. Like, it's all right, but I kind of mess up on it. I'm like, hey, you know, that's part of it. You know, you mess up, and then you get to just try again. You get to try it again, make it better. Or, you know, with one of his projects that he did, he said, you know, there's this one, but I really don't like this project the way it turned out. I was like, you know, that's totally okay. I was like, you got your idea across completely. Like, I can see exactly what you were going for. So whatever you don't like about it, you take that, and in your next project, you improve upon the parts you don't like. I was like, you got this. You're doing a good thing. Like, not every piece is going to be a masterpiece, but you have fun with it and improve what you want to improve. I'm trying to be supportive and positive for him. And that's been fun. That's been nice. So there hasn't been any game talk there. The only game talk so far has been with my alliance and with Joel reaching out to me. And so Joel was like, since I said, no one's been really talking any game or anything, everyone's been kind of gone and whatnot. He was like, well, if it means anything, I really want to work with you. And then we sent those gifts and whatnot. And I sent the Dwight, do you want to form an alliance between the two of us gif? And then he was like, oh my God, yes. And so I've got to start getting that wheel turning, get something put out there, maybe talk to him about who, like, actually setting up a real alliance rather than just, playful gift, like, oh, you want to be an alliance, the two of us, like, see about starting an alliance there. Since he says that Lolo has talked game with him, and Lolo and I have been getting along good, then it may be me, him, and Lolo, see who else we can pull in there. I don't know, like, I'm trying to get comfortable with everybody. Might try to pull Dawson into that. I don't remember if Joel and I have talked about Dawson yet or not. I know I've talked about him with Jonald. Jonald said that Dawson hasn't been responding to him. It started out that way with me too until I started reaching out to him more. Like, I started kind of pushing that, like, not being pestering or anything, but just like occasionally like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? What's going on? Kind of thing. And then he started actually finally responding to me. So I told Jonald to try that. Apparently it's still been like nothing, no responses at all. Even when he messages, when I have told him like, hey, Dawson's messaging me now, maybe try him. So I don't know, maybe Dawson will be closer with the side of Joel and Lolo and possibly Raven. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Either way, if I can get another alliance there and start working two sides, that'll bring more cushion to me and be more group interactive stuff to solidify relationships. That would be fantastic. So I addressed that, which was the Seize the Day challenge. Bullshit. Fuck you. Thank you. I love you. This new challenge is straight up hell. Absolutely. Like, I was very confused reading through that. Like, I get it. I understand. But I'm also confused at the same time. That was just a lot of instructions to take in. I'm very glad that I'm sitting it out. And I'm hoping that sitting it out will give me a good chance to socialize and strategize with people more. While we have, 5 people working on this challenge, they will be hard focused on the challenge. I can be in the background doing work, talking to whoever's not in it, as long as they're around, and try to get grease up some wheels there a little bit more. If I can do that, that'll be solid. So setting this one out, where, like I said, it may paint some perception of me of like, hey, Lucky's not really around and not participating, blah blah blah, whatever may come up or may not come up. I don't know how people feel about me. Either way, hopefully this allows me to circumvent that and bolster myself up some more with the relationships. So another thing is, when it comes to tribal, whenever we manage to go to tribal, whether that's now or after tribe swap, or if, I keep my blessing that I tend to have of one or no tribals until merge, that would be nice. But I haven't really figured out fully. Like, I have ideas, but I haven't figured out who I'm going to vote for, who I want out. I like everybody on this tribe so far. Raven's been less active. I've heard she may be in another org. I'm not going to hold that against her. I also don't hold less activity against people, because, if she's around for challenges, cool. If she's around for a couple of DMs, cool. Like, she apologized to me. She's like, oh my God, I'm really, really bad at being here for conversations. I was like, hey, I don't hold that against anybody. If we don't talk for days and you message me, that's 100% fine. I was like, I won't hold that against you at all. And that's true. I won't. But if they're less active in, like, competitions and shit, like, I'm not going to vote for Sophie. I'm in an alliance with Sophie. I'm going to honor that unless something just goes bad there. But I really enjoy Sophie. But Sophie has been wanting to sit out this and the last challenge so far, which I get. She's also very busy. You know, she's out in I think she said she's out in the Cook Islands, or she's in some islands right now. So I know she's very busy, and she's on a different time schedule than we are, and than I am. That's fine, but that's a kind of thing that would impact me wanting to vote somebody. Also willingness to talk and communicate and stuff. Like, again, the not being around is one thing, but like if I'm being hit with like very short answers and like no effort when I'm putting in effort to have a conversation in a relationship, that's gonna do things. But for right now, I don't know yet who I'm gonna vote for. My brain, I don't know, honestly. Like, Dawson, if I'm thinking about it, my options, Dawson and Raven are kind of the two bigger ones right now. Part of me would say Joel because of the fact that he is wanting to talk game and get an alliance together, but that's playing kind of really selfish because that would solely be because he's wanting to get an alliance together of some sort and work with people outside of my alliance, outside of Jeremy, and like that's not fair. That's not right. And that also, if I keep him and I do form an alliance with him and with people, again, that's going to bolster me up. That is going to pad me and protect me going forward. So I don't want to get rid of that option. So I'm thinking Dawson and Raven are kind of like the two most obvious answers right now, but I'm not sold on either, or even like I could vote someone else. I don't know. I'm taking time to see where relationships land when we go to tribal. That's the biggest thing. I want to see where I stand with everyone, where everyone stands with me, and then I will make my decision. Because I know, like with that conversation with Joel, when I was kind of just BSing it of like, oh yeah, no one's talked game, but we need to, like, everyone thinks that, you know, we're so invincible, but they need to realize that we're not. You know, we need to have ideas together and stuff. Like, I'm waiting. I'm not having ideas together yet. I'm waiting to see where I land with everyone, like I said. So I'm gonna keep working on that, working on socialization, working on all of that, and we'll see how things go. And I'll obviously keep updating my my confessional on where I stand, new developments with people, how I feel, yada yada, all the general confessional shit. So for the longer game, I honestly think, especially with how I said, you know, they seem tighter knit, and if they are, this could help me. I want to ride with Shane and Sophie a bit longer term, like not like, oh, I want to take them to F3, but like right now, if they're really tight knit and I can be tight knit with them, that is a solid 3-person unit that I would like to ride with. Shane is very likable, very personable. So I feel like no matter what, even during a tribe swap, like if the 3 of us manage to be together on the swap tribe, I feel like Shane alone could get people on our side, could get people to stay with us and get us to merge. But then from there, that's a big thing I'm going to have to look at. Excuse me. It's a big thing I'm going to have to look at is the fact that he is likable and personable that way. Like, everyone loves him. That's going to be a big threat, and that's going to be a hard one to take out because everyone loves him. So that's a longer down the road game thing that I've been thinking about. I don't want to take him out because I like Shane, but that's why he will need to go out eventually. But if I can ride with him and Sophie at the very least for a good while, I think I'm going to be set. Cushion myself with other people, but keep those 2 as the primaries that I ride with. I think I'll be solid. Jonold has been rather talkative with me. Like he's been more social with me than anyone else has so far. Um, so I think he's definitely trying to play a social game. I'm assuming he is with everyone else just as hard as he is with me. Um, but the way he talks, he seems kind of like he might be kind of attached to me in some form, which again benefits his social game real well. Being like that, especially if he's like that with others, that could be useful to me for a while. If he gets people to like him and he's hanging on to me and there are any negative perceptions of me, he might be able to help save me from any situations. I don't think I'm going to be in those situations, but you never know. I mean, I am not in other people's heads. I don't know where I stand with everyone entirely. Hopefully, having a strong alliance of Jeremy, hopefully, we all progress forward together and there's no flipping or anything. But again, you never know. So I'm going to be playing this whole Jonald thing very carefully. Try to keep a good relationship there, but also be careful in case he is, like, I think this isn't a good word, but I can't think of a better word at the moment, but leeching onto me from a social game. But it's not leeching because he's not taking anything from me, but that, like, he's sticking to me like a leech, like he's there, like he's attached to me, that kind of thing. Like, that's absolutely the wrong word, but I can't think of a better word at the moment. So excuse me for that. I'm sure you get the idea I'm trying to put out there. So as long as I can play that right, that'll be a good shield on my end as well. That's where my game is right now, is all social shielding. That's a big thing that I like to try to do, and I'm trying to do it better now than I have done in any other orgs. Trying to bolster up my social shield from every single angle instead of doing like I used to do where, like Raven's not messaging me very much, and Shane and I have only talked a couple of times, but we've had long conversations, usually with stuff like that, or like Dawson not messaging me originally. I would have just left that. I would have cut that tie, and I would have been like, all right, we have 2 or 3 people there who I can easily vote for, no remorse, if we go to tribal. And that's how I used to keep it. Like, I would have the few people I wouldn't talk to, those would be the targets. That was that. I'm trying not to do that. Lucky's changing his game, and we're trying to be social with everybody. Bigger shield, bigger protection, more padding, longer game for Lucky. And I mean, I have to do that if I'm going to keep progressing, because every org I'm in, I get better placements. It may not be a better number placement, because my first org I got 9th, my second org I got 10th, but the one I got 9th in had 16 people, and the one I got 10th in had like over 20 people in it, so technically I had a better placement. And then following that, I ended up getting 3rd, went to Final Tribal Council for the first time. So the goal is 2nd or straight up win. So Lucky needs to be very social, very active, and yeah. So that's all I have on my notes. Been rambling at you for 23 and a half minutes, so I think I will spare you guys the pain of going longer. This is already almost twice the time of my last video confessional, but I have a tendency to ramble on. I'm anxious as shit, and then once I get in the zone, I just talk and talk and talk. So I will update my confessional with anything else that happens. So yeah, I guess hope you enjoyed the confessional, whatever the fuck. So yeah,